One of us know how to pull
three
out.
in the
Three in
pot.
a pop. Nigga, wait up, you pull out voluntarily, nigga?
So look, man.
What a loser, motherfucker.
Yo, we back.
Back in the building.
Welcome y'all to Stay Off the Internet, man. Thanks for pulling up. You know, we still in the third season, second episode. We do have a special guest. But before we get to that, I'd like to thank all y'all for subscribing to us, liking our shit, sharing our shit, commenting on our shit. Please tell Gail and Miss Obama to show up whenever they do. Right?
Don't forget Oprah.
Don't forget Oprah. Can't forget Oprah. Bart, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?
I almost said living the #1 lifestyle. But I decided to
still doing that?
biting my homie, man. I'm doing good, man. I'm living well. How about yourself?
I'm good, bro. I'm always good, man. Josh, what's up with you, bro?
Oh, man, we stay shining. Always sunny over on this side of town.
Oh, that's a new one.
There you go.
We got a new one. Okay.
I better take notes.
Sunny side up. All right. Okay. Well, I do want to introduce, man, a special guest we got, man, and I know it took a lot to get him here. We'll tell y'all the backstory later, but definitely got a lot of history with this guy. Very influential battle rapper. Very, very, very great guy. He's a dad now. Right?
Very much.
I got my guy Remyd, man, who's a historic battle rapper, man. He's a staple in hip hop. Definitely a lot of respect for him. Grew up with him. Definitely a stand-up guy, man. I can't give him enough praises. So, Remyd, welcome, man.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
How you doing, bro?
Man, blessed and grateful, man. Blessed and
That's
grateful.
what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So glad to have him here, man. So we got a good show lined up for y'all as always. And y'all know, as always, I keep telling y'all to stay off the internet because I get on the internet for y'all because I always end up in these crazy ass positions and situations, bro. So I was at Walmart, right? Self-checkout line.
That's a bad idea.
I just went in there to get some Grey Poupon.
Uh-oh.
I just went in there to get some Grey Poupon, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, it was just all kind of havoc took off. It was eyelashes, weave, and titties flying everywhere, bro.
This one in Maplewood?
He's flying.
Nah, West Florida.
Wow. Walmart?
dang.
The ghetto,
Yeah.
the ghetto Walmart, Ghetto Mart.
Yeah.
Man, West Florida.
The origin
crazy,
of
bro.
the ghetto Walmarts.
It's crazy, bro. So why they did all they broke the fight up and did all that. I stood back and I just started scrolling down the internet, man. And I come across your man's Charleston White.
Ain't that your favorite guy?
He's a staple on the internet, bro. Like this, you can't escape this guy. Like if
My
you
man
hate
got a
him,
bookmark, you know what I'm saying? It just
it's
pop
like
up.
God.
Just pop
What
up.
Charleston been up to?
It'd be the first person you see as soon as you log in, bro. Every time, bro. So he's online calling T.I.'s and Boosie's sons ugly babies.
Oh, my God.
Ugly babies, man. So he goes in and calls Boosie's son a patent leather boot.
Hey, yo, what?
Hey, my man is coming
Hey,
with
yo.
He coming with it.
Hey, yo, what?
Hey, bro.
Pants leather boot.
He's
said he
getting
was
ready
a
for his
comedian.
comedy tour.
He said he was a comedian. So
Clearly.
he goes in
Oh,
on T.I.'s son as well.
hilarious.
But T.I.'s son responded, calling him a bitch ass nigga. And also
you
T.I.
can't
responded
imagine
by
that.
saying, hey, don't address my son. He a kid. You need to address a grown man. Address me. So T.I. called him. He finally answered. They had the conversation. Resulted in Charleston White getting back on the internet and doubling down, saying, fuck you. Ain't no reconciliation over here. I ain't looking for no help or nobody to put this fire out. Come deal with me if you want to deal with me.
Dang. So they don't never just talk on the phone. Charleston White got to go to the internet.
Hey,
Well, we tell people to stay the hell up off the internet.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to get that message.
to stay out there. You know, I need to tell Charleston White to stay out the internet.
Maybe so, man. Maybe so.
Hey, man, he making a lot of money on this motherfucker right now. I don't know.
Yeah, Charleston made his name off of it. And
Yeah,
so, like, if you get that man fuel, he gonna light the match. Like, you know, and then, like, he doubled down on everything he say.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, he
like,
do.
you know, it was nothing that, no phone conversation. I don't think with T.I. was gonna help. Like I've heard,
It didn't.
like,
Clearly.
I've heard him say multiple times. I ain't heard be friends with no rappers, and I respect that so much. You know what I'm saying? I was like, as a battle rapper, you know, what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but I ain't hearing a battle, but like, yeah, man, like that's like we need to see men like that.
Okay.
They don't care about, you know, just because you famous and you say, you know, something if what you ain't doing right. If like if you're not respectable, why do I have to respect you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of things he said make a lot of sense. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of shit he do say that I don't agree with, but he make a lot of sense sometimes. Yeah. He say some things people ain't really said in public, but they might be thinking in the back of their head. So I do got a question for y'all though. As a father, I know 3 of us are. One of us isn't a father.
3 in a possible.
One of us know how to pull
3 in
out.
a
3 in a
possible.
pot. Nigga, wait up. You pull out voluntarily, nigga?
So look, man.
What a loser, motherfucker.
It's like he didn't understand the assignment.
Oh
Strong
man.
pull out game.
That's don't let
That's
them
what
talk
it
to you
is.
having no kids too early, man. Hey man.
Too early. It's too early.
Too early, bro.
He is a grown ass
Too early,
man.
bro.
But you, anyways, carry on.
Man, he done had all.
So Josh Lake, he need to be working on that now.
I don't know that there's a late, but I don't think
Your
that he's
window
too
closing,
early.
sir. That's what they're trying
No,
to
it's
say.
not. Don't tell. Don't you know?
You know what? I got a couple prospects in mind.
That's why he's a pop.
A couple
Lord.
more interviews that I
He's
got. You
selective
know, they
breeding.
got
There you
people
go.
on the third
Okay,
interview
okay.
process. So
When you
we're gonna
further
see
the
how
line.
that goes.
Okay.
They passed.
They made it to
and
the
I
third
might
interview
say,
yet?
Okay,
I
well-
might get there and be like, you know, when you like right at that moment when you like, I can pull out. You know,
Right,
it's that moment
it's
when you're like,
over.
I can
He-
pull
he
this
pre-
out.
he prairie dog in the
0.3
nut.
seconds.
He prairie dog in the nut.
I can pull this out.
God dang.
Or it
Yo.
could be. He's like,
Wait.
what you trying to be? You trying to be? You tell her. You say you trying to be a Twinkie or a toaster strudel.
Oh Lord, this man is crazy, bro.
we're
Wild.
too early,
You're
man.
wild,
It's too
bro.
early.
So look, as a father, whenever you do become one, what's y'all stance on other adults addressing y'all children?
Shit.
What are y'all thoughts on that? How are you reacting to that?
I think there's 2 ways you can kind of take a look at this, because at first glance you want to say, all right, like don't step to my child on some bullshit, like don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You a grown man, you see me here also grown man, like much like T.I. said, bring me that heat since we grown people talking. But we also live in a day and age where, you know, younger and younger people are exposed to the internet, much like we tell them to stay off of it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that they're doing on there is coming off like what we used to call, you know, grown folk decisions. You feel me? So like they're making a lot of grown people decisions, even though they aren't necessarily adults themselves. You know, I guess it really boils down to what you consider to be an adult. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Where's that line drawn? And because of that, you know what I'm saying, you kind of run into some conflict there. But I think ultimately as a father, regardless of the age of your child, you're probably always gonna feel like that. You know what I'm saying? You're always gonna feel defensive, protective if you love your kids.
Yeah, I feel that, bro. Ren, what you feeling, man?
This is gonna be harsh. So we're not talking about women. So women and children are off limits. You know, like men
Street
generally.
rules.
But we're not talking about children. We're talking about N-words.
Okay.
And N-words, like they free game.
Okay.
And you could like tell them about themselves. It's like it's an optional, you know, behavior, and you got to be accountable for your actions. Like, and T.I.'s son has had all of the opportunities to be a respectable child, or you know, becoming a man, but he chooses to engage in N-word activity. And like I got so like, you know, like frustrated with the conditions that we like glorify in our community. I can't even use the word no more. Because I also look at it like, at what age do I call my son that?
Okay.
And see, my son don't, like, if I look at him, he straighten up. You know, he respectable. He gets straight A's in school. Like, he ain't raised like I was raised. Like, you know how people say they wouldn't wish jail on nobody?
Right.
No, I wouldn't wish how I grew up on nobody. Some of these people need to be separated from kids. And, like, I don't mind telling you, no, you need to go to jail. Like, especially if you do something to kids. But, like, our people in positions of power aren't, you know, holding themselves to a high standard. Like, you may, back in the day, you used to have, like, black celebrities had to be on point all the time.
Right.
Sure.
You know, you couldn't, they used to have this saying called you slip hanging. You couldn't be out here because you make it harder, especially as a person of means, you make it harder for us that don't have it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fact. That's
True.
a fact.
You know, so I understand what Charleston White's saying. Like, I don't I try not to get, as salacious as calling, but like, I don't need to talk to Charleston White. He need to talk to his son.
Yeah.
Like you did T-Dub.
I love it. Hey,
That's my favorite battle, bro.
Right on, bro.
That's my
So
favorite battle.
how old is T.I.'s son?
I don't know how
He over six,
Google
like
God, can we
16
get that age,
at least.
please?
About
We got
16.
don't worry about it.
That's
It's
the one
coming.
with the tattoo on his neck.
Facts, Max.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
That's the one with the tattoo on his neck.
I'm not sure if he got a tattoo on his neck or not, bro.
I say with T.I., man, that's when you need to stay off the internet. If you getting that sensitive for that crackhead Charleston White saying some stuff about you, nigga, come out with some big words, nigga, expeditiously, nigga, get on there.
T.I.'s son recently celebrated his 18th birthday.
That's a
So we
grown-ass
talking about
man.
a grown man, bro.
That's a
Talking
grown
about
ass
a
man.
Like, honestly, bro, we as black men are grown at the age. Once we get taller than our mama,
Right. By
that's
12.
it. Because you start immediately getting threat with the carceral state. It's the incarceration. Like, that you can go to jail and be charged as an adult at 14.
Facts.
We had to live with that weight on our head and shoulders, and like we was told that we was accountable for our sins at 13.
You can't protect these
You know what
kids
I'm
all
saying?
day.
Facts.
And like we got so far away from that, it's like we don't know, who to be or how to act. And like then when somebody like Charleston White, tell you, you slip hanging, you think he out of line.
What did Charleston White say? He said, your hair uneven, you look dusty, you an ugly baby. Is that what he said?
Hell nah.
Baby.
Is that where it stems from? He just attacked how they physically looked, like, or was there more depth to this?
I mean, he definitely attacked how King and Boosie's son looked.
I got one for you.
So
He
is that
also
like the
attacked.
whole
He
thing?
also, I think, he kind of also attacked just his mannerisms online anyway. Him just
God.
I got one.
doing too
You're
much.
the battle rapper. What you would have did?
Check my son. See, my son, like that. Yeah.
I wanted a better answer than that.
Nah, bro, because like
He wants you going full. He wants you to go in full.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I wanted a high 16.
it's entertaining to see black men go back and forth and like have an N-word moment. Yeah, that's entertaining. I ain't here to entertain y'all.
Okay.
I feel like I perform for an audience of one.
Bam.
Like,
Okay.
like on some real shit. Like people have got this. Like hip hop has like really distorted our perception of what culture is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I had to separate myself. I was always willing. Like I didn't. Like once I saw I didn't been in rooms with Cole, Kendrick, Snoop, like just everybody famous, and I like rest in peace, Pat Stay, Disaster. Spent time with people, and I was like, this ain't family. That's the ultimate win. And when you raising your kids in an upright way, like, are we doing that? Are we raising like valuable citizens to add to the future? And like if you look at T.I.'s son and Lil Boosie's son, you say these is millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
These is millionaires.
Yeah.
But like, too much money with no sense is just you buying. That's a war waiting to happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And Remy took a lot of things that I was gonna come back and say when it was my turn. But me raising a son as well, bro, and like my son, he'll be 17 in January. He's very respectable, bro, especially to elders, and he know how to act and carry himself out in the streets. So first of all, he's not gonna really be online doing all this extra stuff like that and going back and forth with adults anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he's 17, he's getting up of age, but he's still not gonna be entertaining shit like that because he's just more mature in the mind. So it definitely comes down to a thing where you have to train your child on how to maneuver through this world, bro, and not be a certain way or make yourself look a certain way, especially when you come from a family of upward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When somebody has paved the way for you to be whoever you want to be legitimately. Some people choose to go this route, some people choose to go that route. But when you come from a family of a certain stature, bro, you gotta carry yourself a certain kind of way, bro. Mm-hmm. So it definitely comes down to I'm not calling T.I. a bad father or none of that, but it definitely comes down to you taking your son in the room and checking him.
Man, it's so much stuff.
Charleston White out here, he just gonna be out here trolling everybody, bro. So
The first rule.
everybody called King ugly. The whole internet called this man ugly, bro. So I don't really understand.
I'm
now
the
the whole
take-
Trayvon. Hold on,
dusty.
wait. The whole Trayvon Martin, because Charleston White went deep. He was like, man, I'll Trayvon Martin him and all this extra. He
Dang,
went
yo.
crazy with it, bro.
See, that's
At
that's
that
not
point,
flagrant.
At that point, but I think that was after the fact that him and T.I. had the conversation.
You know
like,
what,
fuck
you know what
T.I.
he's supposed to do?
What he supposed to
Go in the booth and get that pen.
do? Who, T.I.?
Yes.
Okay. And make a rap about Charleston White.
And make,
And make
a
Charleston
hit.
White more famous than he already is.
Nah, don't say his name.
Yeah,
Don't say
everybody.
his name.
Rappers don't make hits. The radio makes hits.
So he
There you
should.
go. Put some
And
money
so, like,
behind it.
Yeah, no, but see, no,
Shit.
don't put no money behind that. It's easy, like, bro, like, Lil Dude is like a small rebrand away from being damn near somebody that you would be a viable candidate for
The mayor.
office or something. Like the way that we appreciate celebrities nowadays.
Yeah.
He could make it, man. Like I used to feed homeless in the Bay Area. And I ain't, like, I didn't do it to, take pictures or nothing. But I was like, man, if I wanted to do a publicity stunt and show off how good, I am.
You run for mayor there.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's so many things you could do for our people instead of behaving like we behave. Food drives, book drives. Like, if you show King being a king,
Yeah.
doing that kind of stuff, like, okay, let me emulate Mansa Musa. Let me walk through the hood and just give out so much. That like other people's kids do this too.
Right.
Like when you look at like other cultures' kids,
Yeah.
the next ones, they behave with a sense of responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So
let me just
Go
add
ahead.
this one little part. As if we switch the kids around, I guarantee you nothing like that would happen with LeBron James, son.
Hell no. But you see the other, but you see, what's the other one named Damani or something like that? Who rap? He actually like on business, like he going and focus, like you know
He's
what I'm
a
saying. He ain't
hustler.
on his book.
Like
He
he's
put
don't
them
be
kids
on,
on he put them on TV too soon.
Who Damani?
All of
Nah,
them.
T.I. put them all on TV too soon.
Well,
man.
I mean that always got
you mean
that
too
always
soon?
got
they
a trickle
think they
down
bigger
effect.
than what they is, man.
Is it that, or is it just people choosing to live the life that they want to live? Because he even said, I think this might have been, and I could very well be wrong. I don't keep up with enough of this pop culture shit to be the one to tell y'all the news on that. But I think that was the same one that just had like some legal issues, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And his statement behind that was like, as a parent, you do everything that you can to take care of your kids, and at this point, he's a man. I can't do nothing else for the boy.
Yeah.
If he go to jail, that's on him at this point because I can't do nothing else for the boy. So it's like you kind of got to keep that same energy on this particular topic. If that's how you feel about that, incarceration, putting your son into the system, then you kind of got to feel the same way about this because this ain't nothing but internet games, bro.
Yeah, you gotta let Charleston go ahead and let him know.
Well, you got to let him handle that shit because he's a man, right?
You gotta stand up. He's a
Y'all
man.
remember when they used to tell us get your house in order?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably ain't
These was like the simple rules.
I don't think he in the house though no more.
Like,
That nigga
We
older,
can't even
Hey,
afford
man.
houses.
The dude's so
T.I. done
old.
did a
you
lot,
gotta,
bro.
If he 18, you gotta whoop his ass with a car.
Speaking of, and it's crazy. It's crazy that we bringing all this up too.
Parenting.
About parenting, bro. Because parenting, like, get your house in order. Try to keep your house in order, but you do the best you can as a father. Sometimes kids do stray. Like Marquise Jackson. 50 Cent
Jackson
son.
5?
No,
Okay, damn.
50 Cent son. The other
Jacksons,
Jackson. nigga.
motherfucker.
and see, man.
The other Jacksons.
50 Cent
The
son.
dark skinned Jacksons.
Yeah, 50 Cent son. So we do got him online viral right now because he don't
You got him on the call right now?
got him on the line right
We
now.
got 50 on the line right now.
Hey,
got him on
man,
the line.
my son, man, been tripping, dog.
Hey, yo, you ill.
If you was
My
a
son.
king, could you, if you had to, could you kill your son if that was what it was required to save your nation?
Well, we're gonna get into that. That's a perfect question. That's
Yeah.
a perfect question.
Was that-
We're
didn't
gonna,
that happen
we're gonna
in the
circle.
Bible?
We're gonna circle the block on that.
Ooh,
It happened in the Bible?
Hold up. We're gonna circle the block on that. So let me tell y'all why Marquise is viral. He don't believe he receiving enough money in child support, which is $6,700 a month,
$80,000 a
which
year.
in fact most people don't even make at their job a
Yeah.
month,
Okay.
which is like 82K a year.
Okay.
Right? He don't believe you.
Where you live at?
What East Coast.
That's a choice. choice.
Mind
Because you
you,
have choice to live,
mind
like,
you, he's
live
like
where you want
24
to
years
live.
old.
He could live in Indiana if he wants.
Mind you, he's like 24 years
and
old.
live a good life.
He's 24 years
grown.
old, getting child
He can
support.
live a good life.
That's
in
a
No,
grown-
Indiana.
he want to stunt. He wants to be 50 Cent's son.
He from
But-
New York though. I feel like
Can he rap though?
No, he from Los Angeles.
I
actually.
never heard him
'Cause
rap.
I was ready to cancel New Yorkers again.
Oh,
It was
word?
like, look at this.
it's over with for y'all.
I mean, I
done
just
with
be
you
looking for a
niggas.
reason to cancel New
Yo,
York.
so
Like,
50 responded by saying, bro, I paid your child support up the day you was born. Like, you getting that automatically every month, whatever. Y'all, your mama probably done fucked up a little bit of the money, but that's between you and her. Marquise responded by saying, look, pay me the money, and I'll pay you the money to come spend a day with you to do everything I wanted to do as a son. So the internet going crazy on Marquise, like, bro, it's $6,700 a month, bro. A lot of us don't even get that, like, on a regular working a hard ass job. So 50 was asked a question. Now this is where it gets deep. 50 was asked a question, right? He was asked the question, do you still love your son? 50 responded by saying,
like I used to or something.
how long can you love something or somebody that don't love you back? Basically saying he don't love him no more because he don't love him back. I've never heard that come out of somebody's mouth to say I don't love my kid.
He didn't say it though.
He basically said it in an analogy.
I mean, obviously he still loved his son. He's
Also-
still cashing out.
Also,
No, he not.
Marquise,
Marquise 25, and like that stopped when he was 18.
and also Marquise is known
about
to
to
link
say.
up with his ops, take pictures, do all of this extra shit. So my question to y'all is, if your son is doing all these detrimental things to your family, your brand, just trying to diminish you online and do all this crazy shit, like, is your son considered an op at that point, and do you still love him? Let's go, Bart.
Does your love for your child? I don't know that if it's genuine love for your child, then that can't really change. Like, and it'd be cool, you know. I guess a lot of people struggle with, like, and then maybe a lot of fathers really struggle with, like, what it means to actually love someone unconditionally. But that's not really the case on my end. So the way that I've always looked at it, unfortunately, I don't know that men ever get unconditional love. I've always had that theory that, you know, animals, women, children, unconditional love. You know, these are the three candidates. Everybody else, which happens to be us, maybe not so much. We're usually loved based off of, and this is almost an example of that, based off of what we can provide. It's the sad truth that we got to live with. I mean, it is what it is. But as far as, like, him not necessarily loving his child anymore, I don't know that I believe that. I don't know that if there was love there before, there's love there today. Now, should he consider him an op? You know what I'm saying? Should he consider him somebody on the other side? You know, I read 50 Cent's book, and he talked in there. That book was riddled with little hints and cues that he don't like where their relationship is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't like it. It hurts him where their relationship is. And in multiple occasions, I remember reading word for word. I did everything that I could do for Marquise. You know what I'm saying? I did everything. You know what I'm saying? I tried to be this and I tried to be that. And you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he can't speak for the other side, but I know he feels like he's done everything that he can to try to strengthen that relationship. So, I mean, my heart hurts for the man, you know, in that sort of a situation, being the father, that would mess me up. But yeah, I don't know that there's a situation where my child becomes my opposition at any level. You know, I don't think that that's physically possible.
I feel that. Rim, where you at with it, man? You a father.
Yeah, man. Like, in my days as a father, you know, I actually spent time studying the greats and then their fathers. Mm-hmm. Like, I studied, like, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Tiger Woods, Michael Jackson, their fathers. And, you know, I was given this revelation there. Yeah, y'all know, it's going to seem like I always go back to the Bible because, like, that's how we got here.
Okay.
Like, honestly, like, it's not about no, like, you know, mystified, you know, man in the clouds or nothing. It's just understanding our history. And it's this, you know, story of the prodigal son in there. And it's not about the son. It's about the father. See, the prodigal son is about a good father, not a, you know, and it's telling you that there is a season that's going to come when your son may, you know, leave and take up arms against you. But you got to be ready
No, this is deep.
Nah,
Go ahead,
I
bro.
think we might have a new hip philosopher.
Yeah, no, like
Go ahead.
I just keep going back to that because like all of our laws and like you got to look at like how did you get here?
Yeah.
And we had stories like this, and sons understood that their duty, beyond their father's behavior, and fathers understood their duty beyond their children's behavior. And what we have is a serious, like we're actually looking at something that isn't that, and that's new to our paradigm in this culture because we come up off being fake Christians. You know what I'm saying? Like we at least knew the stories, and we kind of abided by them. But now like we so far away from any type of spiritual discipline. And see, family is a spiritual discipline. 50 gave like me and my daddy didn't grow up like that. I didn't love my dad. I don't think I ever told my dad I loved him until his mama died, and I was like 30 something. And like we didn't, like it was like I had daddy issues too.
Sure.
Growing up, but healing them things, bro, has given me the like ultimate freedom. And like what's crazy is like, Marquise won't understand his father until he becomes one.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
That was actually gonna be.
That is a fact.
See, bro, I be letting you talk so long that
Bro,
you be taking my shit.
Nah,
My
that's
bad,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I was definitely gonna hit on that because you just like Josh don't have a kid. Bart, you got kids.
Yes, sir.
I have, I'm a father as well, and you're a father as well. So our answers will probably be a lot different just because we know what it is, what it takes to be a father, and you never know that because you think you prepared, bro, and you never prepared for that shit until it actually happened.
Yeah, I thought I was because I was an uncle. Nope.
Nowhere near the
it's
same
different.
Huh?
It's
Nowhere near
different.
the same
I'm
thing.
pretty sure each age that your child grows up, now you got to be a new father.
Yeah, and
Each day.
it's each day. It's not.
That's a fact.
You have to grow up.
It's each day, bro.
with
It's literally each day because they kids, as much as you change, as much as the world changed, kids change.
them. Adapting.
They would be a totally different person when they were 12 than they is when they 12 and a half or 13.
Yeah.
3 totally different people that you got to learn and know how to deal with.
Once they leave your house, they're going to be exposed to new stuff that
Especially-
you don't even know what they're
And the only thing you could do is prepare them for that. Like, as best as you can, prepare them for that outer world because at that point, the reins are off. You no longer have no control or none of that shit. They're going to do
Right.
exactly. Matter of fact, you don't got control damn near when they come a mid-teenager.
Yeah.
Nah,
So-
that
so-
shit start early, bro.
It start
Dude.
early, bro. Like,
That shit
so.
start early.
So the way I'm looking at it, right? You brought up those 2 kids, on a crash course, pretty much. And that's because you got these situations where their fathers probably wasn't around as much. So you really can't even structure them the way they need to be structured. And then also, let's look even deeper. Where were their fathers at? The 50 Cents, the T.I.s. Where were their father at? What's that relationship look like?
Yeah.
So do you have people over here piloting how to try to structure how to, I don't know, get this future of the world together, and they walking in blind? And now you throw money in it too?
Yeah. They say you give a person money, they multiply who they was without money.
Right.
So they're going to be more of a person who they was without money, who they always wanted to be when they get it.
Sure.
Asshole.
So,
But a lot of times you see these sorts of situations with these people that got money. I think there's a disconnect between the father and the son in those sorts of situations because the father usually gave up a lot to get to that money that was supposed to make their life better when in fact the connection between the two of them was what that person might have been missing all along, wanted all along, thought was more important than maybe even the money in and of itself, the lifestyle it provided. You know what I'm saying? Like having that connection with your dad, man to man, or man to developing man for that matter, tends to be more important than we as black people put. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, I'm sure 50, I'm sure T.I. thought when I'm doing these shows, when I'm out here touring, when I'm out here making these albums, when I'm out here delivering that music to these people, I'm bringing back money that's gonna enhance my children's life.
So my kids ain't had to grow up the way I did.
Exactly.
Right.
But there might have been, and I don't know the situation. I don't know it fully. I'm not gonna pretend like I do. But they might have thought, you know what I'm saying? They might have come to realize later on that they missed something there. They didn't go to the T-ball games. They didn't go to the the football.
You never brought up you brought up Boosie's son, but you didn't bring up Boosie.
Boosie ain't responded to this nigga yet. Boosie, Charleston White, and
Boosie probably can't respond.
No, Boosie and Charleston White already had they knick-knack.
Off the internet.
No, Boosie can't.
His ass off the internet. He on somebody else's live.
He must have forgot who Boosie is. That's what I'm saying, man. Boosie still
like the uneducated version of Charleston White.
The uneducated.
Boosie can respond. Boosie and Charleston White already had they knick-knack probably a couple weeks ago. When Charleston White was like, Boosie better not say shit to me. Me and Boosie got collective friends that know about this shit too. He was like, he better not say nothing to me with all the shit he got going on.
Man.
He better not. So I can point them motherfuckers over there. He's like, Boosie smart by not saying nothing to me.
Because he got some dirt on him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say that, but
I know the more and more they feed into this fire, the more clout this little dude gonna get, and before you know it, Charleston White gonna be running for president.
I got this theory I want to run by y'all, right? So we're in a country where we are not at the helm of the media that gets spread about us. So like a lot of your feelings are shaped through the images and things in your environment, right?
Sure.
And because black people have been disenfranchised to a degree in this country as far as what they have access to, I feel like it's important that the mother teaches their child how to love their father, because this world is not even set up to understand black men. And so like a child having to learn how to love somebody that is unloved by the majority of people is asking them to do something that is like, everybody just gives love to women and children. A man has to earn his.
Yeah.
And see that when you understand that, and you understand why your dad is loved, and then the fact that he made you, you can't, you don't even feel entitled. You start to feel a sense of service. But I was just saying, do you feel like it is a mother's job to teach her children how to, love and respect their father?
I feel like it's both. I feel like it go both ways. I feel like it's 50-50. Because I was raised without my father. I was raised by a stepfather majority of my life. I wasn't able to appreciate him until I grew all the way up and understood every sacrifice he made to even be a stepfather, bro. That shit was crazy. Mm-hmm. So I had to go back and tell him yo, the little times I've cussed your ass out, or might not cuss you out in your face, but go slam my door and cuss you out.
Right.
Like, nigga, you ain't my daddy. I'm like, yo, all them times that I didn't listen to you, I'm unconsciously doing all the fucking shit that you taught me. Even though at the time I didn't appreciate it because I didn't have the natural knowledge to know the sacrifices you was making. You was making sacrifices my father wasn't even making. So when I say it's 50-50, as a father, bro, you have to assert yourself in a child's life to let them know you're a father and you got their back. And no matter if you got to go away for a couple months or you got to go do this for a couple months, you got to have a bond with their kid for they know. Men don't bond with their kids no more. They just feel like, oh, well, I can buy some shoes here and there, or I can pay this or pay that, and feel like that's it.
I don't know if there was ever a time where dads had the time to actually be the fathers that their kids wanted in the history of this country. Like generally, like prior to this, we were off at war, and then coming back messed up from it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like the weight that is placed on a man, the expectation of provision and protection, like that puts you in a whole nother mind state than like everybody else is at. And a mother, I think, has to, have a proper value of that.
Yeah.
So they could, tell that your dad, like the reason I made you with that man is because he is the man.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's on the man. It's a 50 song.
50 song.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but like you said, but like I was saying, both ways. Like the mother does have that responsibility to even though the father might not be up to par yet, or might not be up to par to her standard or whatever, she still has to let that kid know, yo, this is your father. This is, but and then you know what happens? That kid grows up. That kid starts to learn, and that kid makes their own decision on whether they want that man in their life or not.
Yeah.
Because they see the relationship. Did the father ever reach out to me and tell me Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday or any of that shit? Did he do any of that?
That's definitely one
that
side
counts,
of that coin.
bro.
That 1,000%, and that's one side of that coin. But I kind of agree that there is an abundance responsibility on the other partner, the mother in this particular element, to kind of set that ground. Because I've seen people grow up in that negative mind space around their father based off of what their mother. So it's like you can only, in a lot of cases, you can only grow so much depending on the roots that you come from. You feel me? So it's like you gotta have good roots, and even your relationship with your father has to be rooted in positivity, or else you won't have the ability to really, like, much like you mentioned, you didn't fully understand your pops until you became one. It shouldn't necessarily have to be that way. Although I agree. The same thing happened to me. I'm so much closer with my dad today than I ever was because I understand now. I understand the decision-making process. I understand why you did this, why you did that. It all becomes more clear. Yeah. And it could have, maybe at a faster rate, had I been more rooted in that same understanding. So it's like you kind of, the mother would really need to provide more understanding as to why things are the way that they are.
And to kind of sum that up, like to kind of just put that into like a smaller, for a lot of people that might not understand how deep you be going, because Bart he be spitting to y'all don't even be realizing what he do. Those toxic situations where you got mothers bashing the fathers any chance they get,
talking about them,
and then a child grows up to kind of think that, you know what I'm saying,
it's all they hear,
and my mother, like, I got taught that way because my mother never did that, even though I feel like my dad could have did more and should have been there more. Whatever. My mother never
she probably let you make your decision.
Yeah, she never bashed this man.
I don't like. My thing is like we don't have the capacity to understand a man at that age, and like that's the thing. Like his mom is really like the toxic person in this situation. Right. And it's like everybody can see that she didn't want to, like, this man giving you $80,000 a year. You can't go get 20. You can't go get like $1,000 a month, like an extra, something to, supplement. And, there was this whole attitude. Even, like, 50 is pretty consistent. That's what I like about him. And we actually do need to see, like, you got to separate your emotions. As a man. You can't, be so influenced by your emotions. Yeah. Like, you want to be lovey-dovey with your son, but when your son don't love you, it's time to all right, well, I got to keep living.
And so stemming from that, because you said something a while ago, and I told you I was gonna get back to it. Question: would you kill your son to save your nation? That's a deep ass question.
I know, right? I can't answer that. I'm married.
That's a deep question, bro.
You ain't trying to get divorced over a hypothetical.
I didn't think you wanted to, but he didn't want to ask you, so I wanted to know.
But this was a real, thing with Abraham and Lot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
And this is, a man's, ultimate, weight and burden. Like, I can do everything that I can, but if this devil gets to you, I can't let him, because I got people that I'm responsible for. Like 50 Cent is he's responsible for thousands of lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not just this one.
Yeah.
And so, like, do you save one at the penalty of many? Or do you save many at the penalty of one?
Yeah.
And
these are king's decisions.
And once I had to get comfortable making them, I was like, hey man, good luck. He was like, you don't want to be like, how many, like, a lot of people have not, like, a lot of grown men have lost their livelihoods because of 50 Cent. They're just one of the most fearless men in the history of hip hop, probably in the history of men. Like, let's take hip hop, it is like that man, like, and your daddy like this, and you think you gonna punk him?
Yeah, because bro,
Marquise, because you 50, ain't punking 50 nobody. This right here, a man.
50 got so much game, bro. I would want to soak that shit up, and I got the ultimate connection with you because I'm your son, bro.
You know what he should have been trying to do?
I'll be around this man 24 hours a day.
You know what he should have been trying to do? Trying to get on power.
Or something, bro. Bart,
why couldn't he?
What you doing in that situation, Bart?
He could have been raising Canaan. That was his role.
He could have been Canaan.
That was his role. He was supposed to be little Canaan.
He'd have been richer.
50 just need to whoop his ass, bro. 50 whoop his ass, man. God,
like
take
lay
your
belt out.
That old?
Take your belt out and whoop that man ass, man.
He was supposed to be
God
Canaan.
damn.
Yeah, like 50 got hands.
Missed a whole
Yeah,
TV
I don't
role.
think he want to fight 50 Cent.
Whole TV.
Hey,
role.
Even though we seen him at the Super Bowl.
Take your belt off, pull that man pants down. Since he acting like a little kid, whoop his ass like a little kid, bro.
So I'm gonna give you the whooping. He say, I pay you $67,000 to do the things we ain't do as a kid. All right, I got you. You get
And
get a switch.
speaking of whoopings, bro. Speaking of ass whoopings, bro. That was a viral ass whooping this week, right?
It was.
Yeah. You got your man
whatever
Draymond
do you
Green and
say?
Jordan Poole on the Warriors, bro.
Light skinned niggas is still losing.
Damn.
It's been a bad year for y'all.
Damn,
Y'all
bro.
down bad.
I ain't even.
Y'all need Chris Brown to drop
like,
another
See, I don't know,
Some
man.
shit.
See, y'all
Niggas.
y'all contradicting, bro. And I'm finna get back to that. After I tell this story, I'm gonna tell y'all how y'all contradicting with the light skin shit.
What you
Bring
mean?
it. Bring it.
All right. So
Whatever to you.
They get like, okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all
got
how.
you.
Hold on. So
Me?
the Warriors, right? Preseason, they going at it. They're getting ready for the big season coming off of a championship this past season. So Jordan Poole, basically one of the captains on the Warriors, man, longtime vet, definitely important.
Nah, he
puzzle.
only been there for like 2 years.
No, you Draymond Green.
Draymond,
Draymond, my
yeah.
bad, Draymond.
Wrong cat. Yeah.
But definitely, an important role on their team, the veteran. So he got Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole just coming into his big money. He's been showing out for the last few seasons.
About to get
Won a
paid.
championship. He's feeling himself. So they had practice.
They haven't re-signed him yet, I don't think.
He about to get paid though.
Yes,
Nah,
yeah,
you
don't-
everybody.
And if they don't give him the bag, somebody about to
Somebody
get
get
He
him
him.
about
the
to probably
bag,
get
bro.
that max, bro.
So
and
they had practice or whatever. Got a little altercation. They're going back and forth. So Draymond gets in his face. Poole pushes him off, backing off. Draymond responds by giving this man the Beats by Dre.
This nigga right here.
The Beats by Dre.
Nigga gave him the old.
He
beat
straight
box.
Some people call it a sucker punch.
Got me the
I
old-
don't know,
It's
man.
Some people
old
saying
Dougie
Jordan Poole
Fresh.
shouldn't have pushed him and act like he didn't want to fight no more after that.
The thing, it's where you learn. He learned the lesson.
He definitely learned the lesson.
Boy, you better act like
when
you in
you
an
got
NBA
a-
game.
Ain't gonna let nobody
Yeah,
chop
when
me
you
up. I ain't
got
gonna push him.
hostile
A hostile.
Draymond
And let him
Green
chop
in
you
your
up.
face,
Nah, bro.
and you push him off.
And turn your head. All
You
right.
better turn into the Celtics. You better
Fighting
turn
the
into
Irish,
the Celtics,
bro.
nigga. Nah,
Yeah.
that's
So I got a question for y'all.
Gave me the
damn
old
shame.
beats.
As a teammate, if a teammate approaches you like that, sucker punches you or whatever, not even a sucker punch, just punches you, period, over y'all altercation. Can y'all reconcile that ever as a teammate?
As a teammate,
Yeah.
as a millionaire
So you
teammate,
saying like
Millionaire
us on the
teammate.
podcast?
millionaire teammate, like, because
We ain't got a million yet, but
yeah,
I'm saying us on the podcast. We
yeah,
get
like if I stole on you, bro, like what would you gonna be cool with me tomorrow? If I apologize afterwards? Mind you, we making millions together. And we
making
just won a
millions.
championship.
no,
Josh like, I'll try to beat this nigga ass. Look at his face.
we gonna fight every day till I win.
You said every day.
Yeah, it's like
We gonna fight every day.
you
beat your ass.
you got to be worried every time I'm around. Because I'm
Better have some
going,
endurance, huh?
yeah,
You gonna stare at that
Yeah, I'm
nigga
a-
set the screen and nigga gonna set the screen, you gonna run it.
man.
Nah, you know what? The
Soon as
thing
he come
is,
around the corner,
he had his moment right there, though.
Yeah.
Doofy
He
ass.
got snuffed. He didn't retaliate. The only problem with the whole situation is that the punishment. The nigga just took a couple days off.
It's like he
Well-
did that for
It's a PR
vacation.
move. Nah, it's a PR move.
He was like, let me
Yeah.
get a free vacation real
It's
quick.
called KD, a bitch, got suspended and fined.
But I'm gonna tell you the difference. The difference to me
It's
is
superstar.
with the
That's
KD
what it
shit.
is.
First off, KD is superstar. You got they had to do
On a
something.
contract year.
And also it was in public. Now this shit happened in private. Now you got to look at
No, the
who
video.
all in the room? Who's all in the
that
in the
shit got
room?
out.
The video
We
in
shouldn't
public
have-
with the KD situation, you couldn't hear him.
Bro, that's
They,
man.
like,
You couldn't hear him.
They
were
in
not-
mid game, bro. No,
They in
bro.
mid game, he called him that.
It's just like, Draymond.
They still went overtime.
Bro, come on,
You
bro.
couldn't really hear.
Come on,
Probably
that's
people
public.
the people that got the money on
The
the
difference-
sideline.
the
they-
difference-
When the
the
last
difference
time you
is-
said the B word quietly?
But I'm
and you
saying,
trying
like,
to yell it like he was
bitch.
trying to make sure he heard it in the
Little
arena
bitty
of
bitch.
people.
What you say?
body
I said,
bitch. Little big body bitch.
You
Right.
said that? Yeah, I said it. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to make sure he heard it in the arena of people.
But
Right.
okay. Would you rather be called a bitch or get snuffed?
Man, listen.
None of the above. I'm just
Exactly.
saying.
So-
No, I
I'll
would
take
rather.
the bitch for 500.
Fair enough. I would rather like Draymond.
Yo.
Draymond violated that man's space.
Yeah.
Like so like this is going back to holding our elite accountable for being elite.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't succumb to your emotions like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you Chris Rock? You Will
That's the
Smith
thing.
now?
But
He
that's
needs-
the thing.
you know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
thing about
he
it,
need to be held-
Draymond is always come to his most. This is not. If this is Steph
Nah,
Curry, they
look.
would be like, "Oh my God, Steph Curry did that." The story comes up as Draymond. That doesn't.
This is
surprise me.
Draymond's gift and his curse at the same time, bro.
But,
Yeah, that
like,
doesn't surprise
to a
me.
That's why they
degree,
love him so much because
Draymond
he's so
got a-
emotional like
he got
that.
He did
anger
the
problem.
same thing. Like he did the
from,
same.
You know he from where he from? Michigan.
And Jordan Poole, and I heard Jordan Poole got a slick ass mouth though.
Jordan Poole is he is.
I heard he got a WD-40 tongue,
Nah,
nigga.
he
Like he
he
be
like a little
talking
Gary
that
Payton.
shit.
You
And he be backing it up though.
Dude,
But
he be backing it
he
up
bust
though.
ass like
you
it make
honestly
you.
think that Jordan Poole can talk more trash than Draymond Green?
Hell yeah.
The fact that he
Draymond
back it
even
up,
told
like, dog, what he got him with was the fact that he said you're gonna be broke next year in Sacramento. Draymond walked off.
Is that what he got?
Is that what he told him?
Yeah, that's what he told him.
Yo!
Damn.
You're gonna be broke next
Jordan
year
out
in
there
Sacramento.
doing niggas like, oh,
That's
man.
that's cold.
Exclusives.
And then you could see
damn.
like Draymond walks off like, did he just say that to me? Did he just? Hey man, and then he walked up on him. He got pushed. All right, I got something for you. But this is my thing. Like Draymond, like every other millionaire black professional has to remain professional when he's on the job. You are
Composure, yeah.
dark skinned. I'm like, damn, that sounds
what I'm
racist.
saying. Dark
but
niggas
the
is
world,
winning, though.
the world is, like you gotta hold yourself like to a high standard, and you can't succumb to no emotion. Oh, look at him, he's emotional. Like with no fight. You swung on a little dude.
But check
That's
this
what a lot
out.
of people saying.
But he
too.
should have got like that. That's a cold diss. If you say that to me, I'm coming for you.
It's like, damn, if you said
That is
that,
a
bro,
cold
it's
look.
like,
Every-
like,
look,
ain't no
Do
hoes
we
barred.
have
We can fight,
confirmation?
nigga.
That's what the
he
man
know
said.
he going to Sacramento,
I don't
bro.
have
Nobody
any
wants to be in Sacramento in the Bay Area.
Remedy has connections I probably don't got.
Yeah.
So he probably knows some
You know the
behind
recording
scenes
stats.
shit.
You know the video
He
guy.
know the trainers.
You licked
That's
the
what it
video.
is. That's what it is. He got his
The nigga
homeboy
who
said-
licked the video is his number one battle rap fan. So that's
Nah,
how he
bro.
know all of this shit. I don't
His-
know none of
his-
that.
I
Hey,
used to
listen,
live
you
in
ain't
the
gonna believe
building
what I
with
got.
a lot
Baby
of
mama
warriors though in
is
the Bay
friends with the
Area.
trainer.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but
the trainer
like
said,
Now I'm saying, so this is what I seen. So ever since, and call me wrong, ever since Will Smith slapped
This where y'all contradicting
Chris Rock, I
him
can't
the
get the
beats.
name out. What's that drink?
This where y'all contradicting that, cause look,
Gave him
Listen,
that.
ever since Will Smith, a light-skinned man, slapped Chris Rock, a dark-skinned man, light-skinned niggas been losing ever since. Got August out singing in the elevator.
man, that was
man,
Jordan Poole.
we ready to trade him.
Should I go on?
We ain't gonna trade Jordan yet.
I'ma
We
tell
gonna
you, though.
trade August though. We ain't.
the fact that we
are.
identify as the N-word makes certain behaviors available to us in situations that it wouldn't be available to another like grown man. Like, I'm a man, bro. Like you ain't like men. Like but so because we can have we can justify an N-word moment in our head. Then we gonna
shit, yeah.
like we've already practiced
That's a
what to do
savage.
because we don't like niggas. We
Yeah,
do not
we stay away from them.
that is our racism, and we feel like it's okay that we do it because we look like that. But no, we don't like each other.
First off, that shit wasn't okay. Let's get that out there. That shit wasn't okay.
It wasn't.
Fight.
Even the Will Smith shit wasn't okay.
No, that was the least okay. Like
because-
the Jordan Poole, like honestly,
could've
you
been
push the
confined.
man,
I mean-
put your hands down after
Yeah, it
you
could've
talk
been
crap.
confined, bro.
Realistic, I done seen fights in practice.
Exactly.
I don't
bro.
have to throw hands in practice.
And
But I ain't
it don't
gonna-
leak out. And
It
be a
don't
whole
leak
thing.
out. Like our coach, he locked the door and be like, "Y'all gonna have to fight." I'm like, "It's
Just
over."
get this shit over with. Because we ain't
It's
finna deal with
over.
this all season. Get this shit over with.
Yeah,
See,
and
two
then-
men can come together and like, squabble it up.
Yeah.
And then it be that. Put a pin in them emotions, get back to business.
But that's too many millions of dollars involved.
But when you got
Draymond.
when you got people that's used to plantation fights.
Oh shit, throwing fruit at each other.
Like,
Nah, they used to betting on the sidelines.
We practice immaturity.
Draymond Green, yeah.
Yeah. And so he did it to LeBron when he yelled out
Kicked him in the nuts.
and then he called him a B before and then bro,
Draymond tallying up his bullshit.
But like
he keep tallying it
Call
up.
Kevin Durant.
He keep tallying it up now.
And like when you got
but they say, my bad, Remyd. But they say this nigga is doing all this shit to get his ass over there to the motherfucking Lakers with LeBron.
We good on the Lakers, bro.
We'll see what happens.
We need shooters, bro.
But we'd like to thank y'all for pulling up, man. For stay off the internet, man. Season 3, I told y'all we got a wild ride this season, man, and we're gonna continue this wild ride. So get ready for that roller coaster. Buckle up. Stay y'all ass off the fucking internet, cause we got y'all.
Internet.
We got y'all. Holla.
All that.
Yeah.